saying is, like, if I can't turn off every phone, my job ain't done. I can't just stand here and speak. I have to go and like, when the kid, like I said, kids at the gym, bro, I do this every day. I don't take a day out because I don't want idle time. I don't want to be not doing nothing. Get up and move. I just jogged 2 miles down here from Mount Auburn just to come here and give somebody something to get him off the block and give my brother a couple dollars who watched me grow up, and now he's an alcoholic and can't get off the streets.
So, my brother, listen to this. Read.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed.
So that's understandable. You're in a position where you don't feel like you should stay idle. You should go and take action, right? Understand that this is a difficult job. This is a arduous job to raise up a people from the low estate that they're in today. And so what this is saying is that we should study to show ourselves approved, being a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. This skilled work of raising up a people, it needs to be taught. You need to be skillful in that manner. Just making action and not knowing what your actions are gonna entail.
They ignore my calls because they know I'm trying to get them to the gym. I can't be mad about that.
Right, it happens. Yeah. They're ignorant. What the scriptures say, sometimes if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. You bring the thing to him, you bring the information to him. But if he's rejecting learning, that's off you. You give him the warning.
They teach. When I was growing up, we supposed to respect each other. Like, it was never no time where we just don't, like, they not taking information. They don't care about our.
So speaking about the respect of our brothers, us not having respect for each other in this day and age. Check this out.
1 Corinthians 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
So the evil communications that are happening in this time, that goes into the music, that goes into the social media, goes into TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all these things that are influencing our people from whatever age.
Yes, sir.
Young, from all the way up to my age, your age. These things are influencing our people, and it's all filled with disrespect, all filled with deceiving one another, all filled with all type of foolishness. And because our people are influenced by that, read that.
Awake!
Read it again.
Verse 33, be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
It corrupts the good manners that we ought to have with each other. We ought to be dealing with one another in respect. Like you had said, in time past, you could just come into somebody's house and you'd take care of them, right? We should get back to that level of camaraderie amongst each other, of love amongst each other, so that we take care of each other in our communities. But, read that again.
Verse 33, be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
But that communication gets in the way of that. Read on.
Awake to righteousness.
So, in the face of these things, we ought to awake to righteousness. We ought to awake to the things that God is telling us to do, the things that we read out of the scriptures. So I know you had a limited education, but at this time, when you have the freedom to read, take in the information that you want, you should be getting in this Bible, bro. These are things, instructions, so that we can raise up our community. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7.
But I think I would save, not going to school saved me, for real. Because look at what they're doing in the systems right now in school. The kids are lacking in history. Like, one thing I did do is watch documentaries, and I had to learn about that. So people could judge my mother all they want, but I was homeschooled. You know what I'm saying? I was removed from public schools in the 6th grade. So it's a lot of misperceptions. Like, if a child is learning false narratives and falsehoods, it doesn't matter how long he's been in school, because nothing he learned was real. They come to the boxing gym
check this out,
whacked out. Like, what's the point?
Read that.
If you can't defend yourself.
Ecclesiastes,
you know
chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
So understand, oppression, the condition of our people are in. If a man has understanding about where his people should be, these kind of things should make him upset.
So I'm supposed to be mad.
I get you. But
this is helping me, though.
the further knowledge
I gotta
is
have
in
it
that
doing-
scripture.
This is how, when you're working with dogs, I bark.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So every time I hear you, I want to talk back with you. That's how I communicate. I want you to keep talk over. Like sometimes, you know, rappers got to learn how to rap on stage with a million people.
Right.
I'm with you every step of the way.
Read that again.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right. So you see the way our children are taught in schools, where they have transgender people coming in and reading for our children.
That's pedophile behavior.
They're not teaching our children conflict resolution.
The fact that they sexualizing kids is pedophile behavior.
Right. All of this foolishness.
So we can't make an excuse.
These things are the
public.
oppression of our people.
When kids start coming up missing and having sex
Read on.
at young ages, we can't make.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And so a gift destroys the heart, meaning when we might get a black superintendent in those schools, and we think that might help us to get the kids on the right track. But meanwhile, they're corrupt.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, yeah, they
Like
they in somebody else's pocket. They in some white man's pocket. So they keep these things pushing forward. And so we ought to be able to trust our own people in our community. So yeah, when we have a leader that we assume was going to stand up for us, that we assume was going to make things better for the whole of our people, and he gets into office and does nothing for our community,
I mean, that happened all
it
the time.
opens things up for the type of criticism that you bringing out to him. But read this.
2 Samuel 23, verse 3. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake unto me, he that ruleth over men.
So these are the words of David, a great and valiant king over the nation of Israel. All right, his example is paramount for brothers who want to stand up for their people, brothers who want to take a stand, be a leader. He's showing what it is that a man should be, who is a leader.
Who would I be? Like, I know y'all tell people what genes they come from and stuff. What would I be?
We'll get with that in a second. Read that.
He that ruleth over men must be just. Ruling.
What he said, he that ruleth over men must be just. All right? Just goes into doing what the Lord said.
Right.
That's Ezekiel 18 verse 36. You can get that quick.
Just me,
Read that.
righteous.
Book of Ezekiel.
20.
Oh, just good.
5.
25.
No,
Yeah,
5.
verse 5. Yeah.
Ezekiel 18, verse 5. But if a man be just and do that which is lawful and right.
So
They hate when we
being just,
miscongregate.
right? Being
They hate
just
that.
is doing what is lawful and right, doing what the Lord said do. So read on at 2 Samuel.
2 Samuel 23, verse 3. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God.
So what any leader that comes up over our people ought to be, first among our brethren. Secondly, he must be ruling in the fear of God. He must understand that God is looking at the way that he deals with the people that he's governing, that he has mercy on them, right? That he advocates for them. in the face of these oppressors, no matter what kind of bribery they want to bring against them. But there has yet to be a type of politician like that. All right, so what is coming up?
He wouldn't be a politician, I know that for sure.
Sure as hell wouldn't.
Sure.
Read on.
Verse 4, and he shall be as the light of the morning when the sun riseth, even a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth by clear shining after rain.
And so what is springing out of the earth in these days are so-called black men, so-called Hispanic men who understand who they are, understanding that the Jesus Christ that is written up in this scripture is a black man, and he's here to save his people, all right? And that he needs to be for his people. He needs to advocate for his people. So a man who has understanding to actually do work for his people, he needs to get that understanding from the scriptures. Because these are the rule books, these are the laws that are here for us to be in rulership as a people, anywhere we would go.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.